for you as you're watching from your city or country around the world. Just wanted to remind you to tune in to the lineup tonight at 7 Pacific time here in the States, or you can catch it archived in the future. But we've got some interesting stories to look at tonight as they relate to Bible prophecy. Some crazy stuff going on in the world, as always, wars and rumors of wars and things of that nature. And after the U.S. and Germany have agreed to send tanks to Ukraine, Russia has now responded. The Kremlin has said this is only going to escalate the situation. Israel has also weighed in on this and is considering sending the Iron Dome system to Ukraine. And of course, we know Russia and its involvement in the Ezekiel war. And Netanyahu even went as far to say, he's concerned about this potentially rubbing the Kremlin the wrong way and causing a conflict between them. And this could be at least a portion of the proverbial hook in the jaw that we know is going to be used to draw the invading forces down from the north. And we're going to look at a couple of other stories that are interesting in that Christians are starting to stand up and use the legal system to fight back against this agenda that's being forced on their children. And rather curiously, we'll talk about a story about a Baptist church that issued a statement that all of its congregants need to agree to sign an agreement that they believe in the biblical definitions of marriage and human sexuality. And sadly, this has produced a lot of blowback within even the very congregation. What a crazy time we live in. And one of the stories we'll talk about just reminds us of how evil many of the things are and who's behind it. We'll discuss the story tonight that the Church of Satan has now opened an abortion clinic in New Mexico, and they're hoping to expand because they see abortion as a religious right. And it's kind of a mail-in situation where an abortion pill will be supplied for, I think, a small cost of like $90 to take the life of your unborn child. And they see this as some type of religious ritual. And, we live in the times the Bible described as perilous in 2 Timothy chapter 3 by Paul. And so many things are happening. Just an incredible time for us to pause and take a moment and look at what's happening in the world as it relates to Bible prophecy. And all the while remembering that we were told these things were going to come to pass. And we were told that we are to look up for our redemption, that being the redemption of our human bodies, if one has died in Christ, is about to take place, or our redemption is nigh. Now, we do know that these bodies that of the generation alive and remaining at the time of the rapture will instantly and permanently put on immortal incorruptibility. And at the same time, the dead in Christ are going to rise first, and then we'll all join together with the Lord and be with them forever. So in the midst of all the bad news, there's great news, and that's Jesus is coming soon. And please join us tonight at 7. And hey, by the way, I did a little thing yesterday, and I want to encourage you to go watch it on either YouTube or my Pastor Barry Stagner Facebook page. And just about the subject of worship. And, the devil likes nothing more than to divide the church. Why does he like to divide the church? Because the love we have for one another is proof to the world that we are Jesus' disciples. And if we're seen as a bickering, arguing group, um, it doesn't communicate well that God has indeed changed us. It tells the world we're just like them, can't agree on anything. And, sadly, there's been a lot of infighting over worship and what's real worship and what isn't. And I just want to encourage you, go give this a listen. It's called The Heart of Worship, and you can find it on my YouTube channel or my Facebook pages. So with that, again, the lineup coming up tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific. Hope to see you there. God bless.